Did you hear? Google's getting sued by James Damore. Now, I heard this from a guy on TV. I've never smoked weed with him. I think it would be interesting. But I still trust him. Even though he's just some dude on TV.
You know him, you love him. He's...
Tucker.
James Damore learned the hard way what happens when you question the groupthink of Silicon Valley. While working at Google, the world's most powerful company, Damore privately circulated a paper questioning his employer's diversity policies. He didn't attack anyone, he just questioned the internal logic of what he was being told. For that, the company vilified him and his character and then fired him.
Shame.
Now, Damore and another ex-Google employee, David Guterman, are suing that company. They're accusing Google of systemic bias against white employees, men, and conservatives. Their 161-page lawsuit exposes a remarkable and terrifying climate at Google, a place where biased, hateful, and even violent political rhetoric is totally acceptable, just as long as it's directed against the right targets.
White men.
The suit contains documents that shows Googlers openly maintain, for example, politically motivated employee blacklists. Here's one. In 2015, Google manager Paul Cowan wrote the following on Google's internal networks for all employees to see. If you express a dunderheaded opinion about religion, about politics, or about social justice, it turns out I'm allowed to think you're a halfwit. I'm perfectly within my rights to mentally categorize you in my D-head box. Yes, I maintain mentally, but not yet publicly, a blacklist. If I had to work with people on this list, I would refuse and try to get them removed.
And James Damore got fired for his memo. Dude! This looks like a good case so far.
Well, the blacklists were real and not just internal. They also applied to conservative figures from outside the company.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Blogger Curtis Yarvin, known online as Mencius Moldbug, once visited Google to have lunch with an employee. According to the suit, Yarvin's arrival triggered a silent alarm at Google. Security arrived to escort him off campus. His mere presence was considered unacceptable.
I don't know, man. That's kind of cool. Like, if I ever went to Google and alarms went off, that's fucking crazy. Like, the idea of that is insane. I couldn't imagine walking into a place and having silent alarms go and like immediately being escorted off the premises. That's so surreal. That's just so surreal to me. Wow. It's kind of cool though. Like when you think about it, it is kind of neat to like wield so much power that the most powerful company in the world is so afraid of you that the alarms go off just at your mere presence. Like that is kind of cool too. You know, I'm just saying.
According to the lawsuit, Google employees were awarded with bonuses by the company for publicly denouncing Damore's memo.
God damn. I wonder how much the bonus was. How much was the bonus? Like, I know roughly, kind of like in the general ballpark of what people got this year. Where I didn't get the bonus. I hadn't worked there for a full yet. I didn't get a bonus. That's policy. But yeah, I know in the general area of what people got, and that's pretty nice just for shit talking somebody. Like, you know, even just a couple hundy. Fuck, even just $100.
In April of 2017, Google manager Chris Bissell advised employees if they spoke at conferences, they should do so only while demanding that white males from other companies be kicked off panels in favor of women or non-white employees. Quote, "You'll feel pretty damn smug about doing it," Bissell said. Google HR said Basel's attacks on the basis of race and gender somehow broke no company rules.
Because it was against white men.
And that's just scratching the surface of what Damore has brought to light. The suit has more than 100 examples of employees and managers saying conservatives or Trump supporters ought to be fired, defending political violence, implementing quota systems to discriminate against white people and men to the benefit of other favored groups.
Did anybody think we would ever live in this world? Like, didn't we learn anything from this shit once upon a time? Like, we stopped doing it because it was wrong. Now we're doing it again. Like, what the fuck is going on? If you would have told me when I was 23 that this was going to be happening, I would have laughed and I would have said, nah, it's crazy talk. And fuck the racial angle. I don't give a shit about white men. Whatever. Just the way that people are being treated by other people now. It's insane. 4 years ago, man. It's just, it's still like, every once in a while, it's like when every once in a while you get that thought in your head where you're like, you know, someday I'm gonna die. Like, as grim and fucked up as that is, sorry to break the levity here, but like, you know, every once in a while, like that, like just the thought hits into my head and like just that cold wave of realization washes across, just the contemplation of a world without me in it and what it's going to be like for me when that happens. You know, what happens to all of my experiences, my memories, it's just nothing. You know, what the fuck? So like you get that, but like every once in a while I get that with like the state of things now. I see something like this and I go, oh God, what the fuck? So it's just so crazy to me. I never thought this was gonna happen.
It's intense, it's appalling, but don't kid yourself. It's not just happening at Google. Last night, Dennis Finley, who was an editor at the Burlington Free Press, was fired by the media giant Gannett because he dared to just question a proposal that would add a third gender option to driver's licenses in Vermont.
Because we want to see people fight bears, man. What the fuck is wrong with it? Just give them the goddamn other box. Fuck.
Now, if you're conservative, it might be difficult to get your head around what is happening in this country. So much has changed. But here's the bottom line. The federal government is no longer the main threat to your privacy and to your freedoms. You've grown up thinking that. It's no longer true. Big corporations are the main threat to your freedom and your privacy. The government doesn't own your private emails. Google does. Federal employees can't be fired for their political views. Private sector employees are all the time. The Trump administration can't end your ability to publicly communicate your ideas. Twitter and Facebook can do that, and they do it all the time.
Ah, man, chicken or egg. Fucking either the government or the corporations. It's the lust for power. The desire to be the person who can write the new history of the world, that you are the one who made it all great. It's hubris. It's arrogance. It's so rampant now. Just bold fucking arrogance to think you can get away with this shit. This is the climate that was created by these people. And it is turning on them. They're the ones that are pushing this shit. And now they're being held accountable for their ideas. Like, this is what kills me about the social justice, identity, politics type people. Who was it? Was it Reagan? Or I don't remember which president it was. I don't remember. Might have been Lincoln or some shit like that. I don't know. One of our presidents said if you want to get a law repealed, enforce it to the letter. And here you go, man. You can't discriminate against people. That includes people, all people, no matter what. Like, you can't say, I won't hire you because you're black, or I won't hire you because you're a woman, I won't hire you because whatever. You can't say, I won't hire you because of whatever. Well, that includes whatever. So, yeah, you can't do that shit. And we were like, yeah, that's a good idea. We should have that. Yes. No discrimination. Voted into law. Bam! We're good. You can't discriminate based on these criteria. And there you go. Like, I think it's funny that we still list things. I think it's just say you can't discriminate based on any criteria. Like, why is there a big list of things after that? It's just fucking, there you go. You can't discriminate. You have to give everybody their fair shot. If you get your fair shot and you fail, it's not their fault that you get fired. But everybody should have a fair shot. You know, I mean, there are positions where you're looking for specific things. But I think at certain points, you can give this guy a shot. Everybody should get their opportunity, I think. But if you fuck it up, that's on you. But, oh, Jesus, it's just, you can't go, we're against discrimination. But fuck all these white men, because we don't like them. It's so insane to me. Never would I think we'd be seeing this on the news. Just the words he's saying.
The Orwellian future is increasingly the Orwellian present, and tech barons are becoming our new commissars. Liberals who once admirably stood up for free expression and in opposition to concentrations of corporate power have been thoroughly co-opted. They're getting rich from it.
Yeah, man, greed, money, power. It's power. It's all power. When it all comes down to it, it's all power. The money's there, yes, but the money is there to buy the power. It's all just power. I want to control. I have the best idea for what the world needs to be. And you're all going to fucking adhere to it. Or else.
James Damore has seen it all from the inside firsthand. He joins us now with his lawyer, Harmeet Dillon. Welcome to you both.
What up, James? Welcome to the show. How are we? Looking good. How you doing?
Happy to be here.
So, James, in reading these documents, what's so striking is not just that you got fired for expressing your views, and I want to restate, having read the piece that got you fired, you weren't attacking anybody, but you were raising questions. You got fired for that. But Google seemed to feel the need to vilify you after you got fired, to discredit you, to attack your character, and to encourage others to do the same. That seems Stalinist. Why did they feel the need to do that, do you think?
And that is kind of crazy, because I remember when this happened, I did a video on it, and I remember being very impressed with him, that even after getting fired by Google for all this, he was like, I still think Google's a good company, you know, I would love to go back to work for them, blah, 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 whatever. I thought that was very, that was very big of him. And I was surprised when I saw that he's fired, or that he's suing them, because I was like, what happened? But, man, you keep fucking with a dude after you fire him for this shit. What did you think was going to happen? Again, the arrogance.
Because I attacked their orthodoxy, and they really need to send a message to other employees that, no, you can't do this. You can't question our policies.
Yes. Listen. And believe.
Yeah, well, they certainly did, paying bonuses to people who denounced you, like a Khmer Rouge re-education session. So, Harmeet, in this complaint, you have example after example of Google targeting people on the basis of their race and their sex. My impression was that was illegal. Is it?
Now, see, I'm not a lawyer, but my impression was that is also illegal.
It is illegal. It's illegal under federal law. It's illegal under California law. And what a lot of lawyers even around the country don't understand, that under California law, we have a unique labor code provision that makes it illegal to discriminate against somebody on the basis of their political activities or their political views.
No shit. Huh. I wonder if we have something like that.
So that is among the claims in our lawsuit. And that can actually affect a lot, and it has affected women at Google. So to be clear, our lawsuit actually includes women as well if they've been discriminated against on the basis of any of these protected characteristics.
See that? It's more the lawsuit against Google is more inclusive than Google.
But I mean, Google is, is the most powerful company in the world, the most famous company in the world, and they're doing this openly. I mean, on internal servers. They don't seem to have worried they were going to get in trouble for violating a pretty basic law. Why?
Well, so they're a $700 billion plus company. They are ubiquitous. They have virtual monopoly power over search engines, and they've been getting away with it for a long time. Now, probably you and I and some other conservatives have been alarmed about what we've read about Google being able to scan Gmail and keep all of your data. That's what's really troubling about this. They, at one time, know everything about you. And at the other hand, they're using that information against you. We've seen them do this in their commercial practices as well. The demonetization of viewpoints they don't believe in on YouTube.
Biggest moment in my channel's history, my channel was mentioned on Tucker. I mean, that's a stretch. That's a giant stretch, but I really want to be on Tucker, so...
Other places, and I'm hearing from people inside the company and people who've left the company that their artificial intelligence programs for search engines similarly are applying political biases and filters. And you and I wouldn't even know it, and eventually we're going to find that they're controlling what people think. They are. Obviously, inside the company, they're getting away with punishing people and controlling what people think. And
yeah, man, like... that is another one of those moments where I was like, holy fucking shit. And I think it was Patrice O'Neill on Opie and Anthony. He was talking about this kind of stuff. And he was like, yeah, when they say that you can't say certain things, you're essentially controlling thought. Because you're taking that word out of a person's head in every situation. So that's a subtle mind control. And these, the way they use the definitions and shit like that, trying to bring it to a basic black and white fucking level. That's, dude, no rooms for interpretation, no room for context. It's all, like, it's a really scary realization. And then when you have YouTube making it more difficult to see certain things, it is almost literally a form of control. It's really fucked up.
People don't understand that on Silicon Valley they have these campuses, and you come to the campus in the morning, they take care of your dry cleaning, all of your meals, entertainment, everything. And so people are in this little bubble. It's like the brave new world of Silicon Valley.
God damn. And you get bonuses for talking shit about people? It's like a woman's best job ever.
And that's fine, but the fact that they're controlling our political dialogue and the way people experience reality, and Congress just sits there passively as if they have no authority, is contemptible.
Now, see, I have an honest question. What authority exactly does Congress have over this sort of thing? Like, an honest question. I have no clue. I imagine, they can impose regulations. Fair enough. I guess that's kind of it. I wonder what can they really actually do against Google? It's a private company. What can the government do? Like, how? I don't know. I don't understand exactly what it is the company or the government can actually do against a private company you know, I don't know. I think it would be interesting to find out, like through the process of having it happen. I think that would be very interesting.
So James, I would encourage, by the way, our viewers to go online and read what you wrote, because it's hardly radical, it's sensible and smart. Do you think that...
Fuck yeah, man, big smiles. Oh, goddamn. To be graced with a compliment on my writing from Tucker, but it would never happen. I'm a shit writer. I'm terrible at writing. I can't spell for anything. You guys know. You make fun of me about it all the time. And fucking, I'm terrible at writing. I'm a talker. If I could just say things to people and have them write it down in a way that doesn't sound fucking as stupid as it does when I say it, it'd be great.
Being at odds with Google is going to affect your future employment prospects?
Yes, definitely. And many employees have made it clear that they're spreading the message about not only me, but anyone that they've discovered that has certain viewpoints, to blackball them out of careers within Silicon Valley.
Dude, you can't say blackball. What the fuck is wrong with you?
So why is that not terrifying?
Oh, I think it is.
Best answer on Tucker I've ever seen. Why is that not terrifying? Oh, it is. It's fucking great.
Yeah, I mean, for every James Damore who got fired, Tucker, there are many people inside the company who we represent who are afraid to even raise their hand and say, this is happening to me, because the threat is not just of a blacklist within Google, but of a blacklist within the entire tech community throughout the United States. That's how scary this is.
And think of that, though, and this is what I mean by the lawsuit is more inclusive than Google. What if you're a black conservative? What if you're a female conservative? You know what I mean? Like, it really kind of includes everybody, because, you know, these kind of ideas, they cross all barriers. Ideas cross all barriers. Just generally, ideas cross all barriers. So when you start saying this one certain idea, we just don't like it, no matter what, you are actually opening yourself up to possibly be discriminating against the people you're trying to protect. But I guess, you know, they write them off as tokens and whatnot, so everybody gets their little label.
If you're a conservative and you grew up thinking that the federal bureaucracy was the greatest threat to you, it takes a while to realize, no, it's not actually. It's Google, and they have more power.
I don't know, man. I'm always scared of both of them, especially nowadays. Jesus Christ. Oprah Winfrey.
And I just Godspeed to you both, and we really wish you well, and we'll be following this case. Thanks a lot for coming on.
Yeah, guys, thanks for coming on the show. It was good having you. Yeah, dude. It's so weird, all of this stuff. Like, I had thought, before all of this happened, I had thought that we were over all of the discrimination. I thought we were done with that. I thought we had decided that was bad, and that we weren't going to do that anymore. I didn't realize that we decided that was bad. So now we're going to do it against all of the people that we want to say were the ones doing all of it. We're going to be just as bad. Like, I don't understand how that doesn't, like, how does your mind not go, that's weird. Like, I don't know. That's another thing that I'm coming into the realization of, that it hasn't really hit me in that real solid, because I still kind of think of all this as a joke. Like, it's still all kind of funny to me, and I guess that's a problem, because you know, maybe Sargon's got a good point. There's nobody really fighting for our side. It is a damn good point. I just think he's back. Anyways, but yeah, it's all still so funny to me, because I'm like, sooner or later, somebody's gonna go, wait a minute, what's happening? Yeah, I don't know. It's all just so weird to me. I don't get it. I don't understand how people could be like, we hate discrimination, and then just discriminate. And be like, but it's you though. Is that not the same thing? The black guy did it. Listen and believe. What? I just keep hoping for the day that I watch a YouTube video, watch the news, whatever, and be like, yeah, we've all kind of come to our senses. And just, I just don't get it. Like, it's so odd. Back when I started doing this, a year ago, it was just on YouTube. Like, it was a thing you saw here and there, and it was funny, but mostly it was, you know, Riley, Steve, and other goofballs. But now it's like, you know, when I was doing Tucker videos back then, it was kind of serious political issues and shit, or goofy Trump stuff, whatever. But now it's like the Anita Sarkeesian shit. I'm fucking watching Tucker talking about wrongthink. I don't know. I think you know, this is a video where it all is kind of like, it's very weird in my head that it's like, now I have to kind of almost take this serious. I don't want to do that, man. I don't know. Somebody was telling me about somebody that thinks that mountains are the carcasses of dead titans. We might be looking at that video pretty soon. Just saying. This used to be me. A sad, sad puppy. No food in the fridge, holes in my pillowcase, and all out of... Recently, things have been going great. You all have helped me out a lot. Now I have a fridge full of takeout, new pillowcases, and let's be honest, I'm never out of... But the reason that things have changed around for me like that is because I've had a lot of pressure taken off of me for buying stuff for making videos for you guys. You guys helped me buy a new capture box when my old one broke. You helped me buy a new PC when the other one turned into poop. And you helped me get to Perfect Circle concerts so that I could share that experiences with you guys. Recently I've kind of had to change the way I do things, but I found another way. You can find me on Maker's Support. I have a link in the description, and if you'd like to donate money to keep this sort of thing going, then that's where you can do it. Thank you very much. Have a good day. I hope you have fun.